आप तमाम नाजरीन में बहुत सारे लोग ये जानते होंगे कि इंडिविजुअल एंड काफ़ी अरसे से मीडिया की बेहतरी के लिए काम कर रहा है। इस पॉडकास्ट सीरीज़ में जो मौजू हम आपके लिए लेके आ रहे हैं, जो बहुत सारे दोस्तों के लिए नया है, जो कि है तामीरी सहाफ़त के हवाले से। तो ये पॉडकास्ट सीरीज़ 5 किस्तों पर मुहित है, जिसमें हम माहिर तामीरी सहाफ़त से गुफ्तगू कर रहे होंगे।
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are very, very pleased at Individual Land to be hosting Dr. Karen, all the way from Virginia, I believe, Richmond, Virginia. Is that correct, Karen?
That's right.
And she is going to be speaking about constructive journalism. Now, what is constructive journalism? Some people say it's solution journalism. Some people say, oh, it's positive journalism. Some people confuse it with PR. I thought that it would be best if we ask Karen, who is one of the pioneers behind this thought, behind this journalism. And we are very, very pleased that Karen is here with us today. So, Karen, what is constructive journalism, or should I ask, what is not constructive journalism?
Yeah, it's a great question. And that's what I spend a lot of my time working on. So there is a lot of different terms being used in the industry and among researchers. So I can tell you that the way I define constructive journalism is that it's a form of journalism where we apply techniques from positive psychology to news practices in an effort to create stories that are more forward-looking, more productive, more engaging, but still subscribe to journalism's core function.
जब भी कोई खबर किसी मीडिया सारिफ के पास पहुंचता है, तो हर मीडिया सारिफ पे मुख्तलिफ तरह से वो असर करता है। जैसा कि
सुबह से बोल रहे हैं कि कोयटा लरज़ उठा, बस 10 लोग मरे और लरज़ उठा कोयटा
में धमाका, 10 लोग जान बाक। यार अल्लाह माफ़ करे, ये खूनरेज़ी पता नहीं कब ख़त्म होगी। अक्सा, ओ अक्सा, बाहर कोई नहीं जाएगा आज, कोयटा में धमाका हुआ है।
तो हमने डॉक्टर कैरन से पूछा,
Is it like journalism's solution to combat the news fatigue that we're seeing, that we've been seeing for a couple of years? And you mentioned that it's about the psychological aspect also is there. So are we now expecting journalists to be psychologists and counselors also?
No, and this focus on applying positive psychology techniques to news, that's really a way for researchers to really try to dig in and clearly define the concept, because if we can't define it, then it's hard to measure it and see if it's effective. So having that psychological understanding is more when you take a deeper dive as a scholar to try to define and study the different techniques. But as a journalist, I would say certainly, practicing journalists don't have time and don't need to, become experts in psychology. And, many journalists are practicing constructive techniques in their news reporting and writing without even, knowing it unintentionally.
तो तमाम सहाफ़ी हज़रात को चाहिए कि ज़िम्मेदाराना सहाफ़त करके मुनासिब लफ्ज़ इस्तेमाल करें और तामीरी सहाफ़त को फ़रोग़ दें, ताकि मेरे जैसे मीडिया कंज्यूमर या ज़राए अबलाग सारिफ़ीन ज़हनी परेशानियों, उलझनों से महफूज रह सकें। यकीनन आप सोचते होंगे ये कैसे मुमकिन है, तो ये हम जानेंगे अगली पॉडकास्ट में।